Assalamu alaikum, Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, when our Shaykh's light is eternal, does our connection to him in this life mean we have always been with him in the world of light and dressed by eternity?
Just you think. That's when you go back to the teachings of awliya. I think Maulana has it in classical Islam. Those whom were with Prophet and Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, they were all in the cave. How could they not be? Because we think physical. So I said, describe just for a cup, let's say this whole world is in a cup of water and we call this water the ocean of light, and you're an atom inside this cup. It's all interconnected, every atom is all interconnected with every other. It's already in a quantum entanglement in light. Every single atom is connected to the other atom. All that atom is controlled by Muhammad Rasulullah, is the brain of that ocean, is the heart of that ocean, is the command of that ocean. But everything inside of it is all interconnected. So anything in the physical realm, that ocean was there, and they have poetry from that. I think Sayyidina Jalaluddin Qaddasallahu Siru had the poetry that, I was the hand that saved Nabi Nuh, I was this, I was that, and it was a description of Muhammadan Rasulullah, but it was also the awliya because Sayyidina Ibn Arabi was also saying, I was the hand that saved Sayyidina Nuh. People like, what you talking about? Because they didn't understand that everything was Muhammadun Rasulullah. Because Allah said, Yadallah. So if the hand of Allah saved the ship of Noah, Allah says, my hand is on the hand of Muhammadun Rasulullah. So then whose hand came? Was the hand of Muhammadun Rasulullah, because Allah doesn't come without Muhammadun Rasulullah because the kalimah is ancient. Anywhere that La ilaha illallah is going to show a power, it must manifest through Muhammadun Rasulullah. There was not a time in this creation that it was an ocean of creation without Muhammadun Rasulullah. Before there was creation it was La ilaha illallah. As soon as Allah brings creation into existence is Muhammadun Rasulullah. So when Allah says, Yadullahi is coming, whose hand? And that's why the Nat says, when I heard that I understood now what is the hand of Prophet. And if the hand of light came, then all our lights were in that hand of the ashiqeen. Why? Because they took bay'ah with Prophet. Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. If you took the hand of Prophet, Allah's hand on your hand. You completed your covenant in Islam, but in your spirituality Allah says, you can't take that away, you can't rip that apart. Why? Because now your atoms are in the hand of Prophet. That very hand that saved the ship of Nabi Nuh. Sayyidina Ibn Arabi was then teaching his students, that was me, that was my hand. Well that's all the ashiqeen's hands because they took the bay'ah of Prophet. So all of us were in that hand. So that world of malakut is very deep, and that's why the physical people wanted to cut their heads. They say, we don't know what you're talking about, this stuff, it's just too much for us. Why? Because what did Plato say? These are the people inside a dungeon and they like only the world of shadows. They don't see anything from realities, they don't like anything from realities. They like to stay inside their dungeon and interpret shadows on a wall, means none of it's real. What they talk about, not real. Their sciences are rubbish. They come and say the light wave, gravity is like this, and then we said in 2 seconds Allah knocked all their sciences out because the spaceship went 6,000 miles an hour. And everyone came and said, "Well, explain that ship, how it travels like that, our gravity laws don't matter anymore, our sciences are not relevant, and how are they communicating with their bases that are 1.5 million light years away?" So there's a speed much more faster than light, not even imaginable, there's a speed of consciousness. So yes, every knowledge there's higher knowledges, but this knowledge of this material world is rubbish. That's not something to put all your hopes on. The spiritual realm is what's important, inshaAllah. And look, they're destroying the physical realm. All those who had big expectations for the physical world, doesn't look like it's in good shape right now. So put your hopes in the world of light, inshaAllah. And whatever they do in this world of energy, its repercussion is felt throughout the universe. So he said, when you live a life of energy, every time these people do things in the energy field, everybody is experiencing it in their own reality. Allah says, if you kill one soul as if you killed them all. Now they will bring out a science for people to understand. There's different rays of energy, different frequencies of energies. When these types of destructions come, everybody will be affected by its energy inside your very soul. And nuclear energy is a disruption in an immense energy field that it affects the entire universe. When humans begin to do these types of destructions, they alert realms that they never understood, or maybe they know and they don't talk about it. Because now all those realms are affected by entering into that frequency and messing with that frequency. But because people become ignorant, they say, "Oh, these things don't matter." No, everything's an energy field. Once you have a disruption in an energy field, well, there are beings that are existing on that level and that frequency. When you start ringing that bell, you're going to bring all of them here. So I don't know what type of analogy to give people, but like a dog whistle. You think, "Oh, I hear everything," you don't hear anything. If I go ooh with a dog whistle, all the dogs come running. Why? Because everyone hears to their ability. So they even have a game on this hearing thing where you can turn the frequencies and by your age it'll tell you what you can hear. You're 13, you're going to hear this. You're 50, you can hear this, and the 13 can't hear it. And based on the frequency and based on your age, you're hearing different frequencies. Imagine then existing on these energy fields. So these are not something that just happens and in a vacuum. When mankind takes themselves into disrupting the energy field on that magnitude, many creatures are coming. And they come to say, "What the heck you guys doing?" Because it's hurting them, smashing them and interfering into their existence. And that's when the big dajjals all begin to appear, inshaAllah. It's not everything you hear, there's many different layers of frequency. So anytime you disrupt different energy fields, they go under the ocean and they start playing with sonar, and the next day all the whales are dead on the ocean coming up on the shore. And they say, "I don't know what happened to these whales." So, you know what happened to them. You went into the ocean and you used some sort of a device, but these creatures exist on that frequency. You blew their eardrum and their guidance system, their brain no longer has the iron to do a guidance like a GPS. Their iron and the core of the earth gives them a GPS system. When you blow their brain with an energy, they all come up on shore dead. That's the ocean. Imagine now the outside ocean that we call the sama. So when they start hitting these different frequencies with these devices, and like little kids they're just playing with things too much, they're going to awaken many things that come into these dimensions and to these areas, inshaAllah. Just sit back, get some popcorn and watch.